Afternoon, everybody. Afternoon. It is the day back from a long weekend, President's Day weekend. It is February 17th, and this is your trading update. We can see the indexes had sort of a gap down here overnight. So what happened was, the Greece deal kind of came off the table again, and overnight futures were down about 10 handles. And then obviously this morning again we started chewing up all that sort of bad news. Any news about Greece so far, we have chewed up very nicely every single day. Now, action though for the day, intraday activity has been pretty difficult here. Even though we kind of bought the dip, not that many names participated. And money definitely moved to different names. For example, some of the strong names going into the close on Friday were some of these big high flyers. The social media names. So we take a look at this LinkedIn. LinkedIn was pushing 272 off the open today, and despite the bullish activity, the underlying sort of bullish sentiment here, she faded off nicely. So if you look at the 10-day here on this LinkedIn, you can see she's formed quite a bit of a consolidation range, and it's going to be difficult now to figure out where she wants to break out, how much she might pull back and sort of ruin some of these eager longos here before they put in that move to sort of the 300 area. Take a look at Twitter. You're seeing the same type of action as well. And then a very interesting action today on the Facebook. Take a look at this intraday action on the Facebook. You have a monster rally off the open. I'm sitting there watching the tape the whole time. It's just like buyers over buyers over buyers. There's so much demand for the stock. All of a sudden, just completely disappeared, and then it never came back. Never came back to the point where she retraced almost to where she came from. She opened up at around 75.20, and it's looking super bearish. This is a name that I've been trying to short lately, but again, I can't find the entry simply because the market has been bullish. We're gonna have to wait around for this one. Some other interesting names here was the Apple. Apple gapped up very nicely again, about a point here. So pre-market highs were about 128.40. Rallied nicely almost all the way up to 129, and then just kind of faded the rest of the day. It's been pretty lackluster here going into the close here, but finding a bid again. And remember, this is off the backs of a pretty powerful move over that 120 area. So now all buyers up here, it's getting difficult, especially to hold your call options up here, just because of all the up and down action. You know what I mean? Here was just clean. It was up and up and up, and now you're getting this kind of choppy action. Going to other names here, we have oil. Let's take a look at the intraday action on oil. Oil broke, some pretty some resistance again today. If we look at this USO for the past month here, right back up over this 20 area. Didn't really break it yet, but this is definitely a sort of back test here, and we'll see if oil can really get going. And the question is, will oil, help obviously the markets as well? So will oil help push the markets up, or will oil have no impact? Another sector that's been very bullish today. We take a look at the LVS and some of the casinos here. They've kind of pulled back from their highs. MGM was kind of the stronger one today, up about 2% here. And the real activity, though, is the banks. The banks have traded pretty nicely today. We take a look at the XLF. We look at this over the last couple of days. Let's look at the 10-day here, and we can see XLF here still trending higher. You take a look at this Citigroup. Again, still finding the buyers over Friday's, big push up, to about 51.40, and this was off the backs of a nice breakout trade, sort of comeback trade in the banks. If we take a look at Bank of America here, still kind of consolidating up here. Goldman Sachs as well up here at 190. So it looks like things are temporarily stalled out here. And the sentiment is still underlying bullish here, but the question is, how long will we go before we get sort of a pullback here? And what impact will Greece really have? Already we're seeing no impact, but when they actually announce the deal, will that be cause or catalyst for the pullback here? Kind of sell the news sort of trade. So we'll see going forward. Another interesting stock today is the Netflix. You can see how bullish the Netflix was going into the close on Friday. shook a bunch of people out, consolidated a bit, and then rallied 5 points. We're trading almost at the highs of day into the close here. She's looking like she wants to print 472. And if you look at this thing for the past 6 months, you can see there's a bunch of resistance or consolidation around 480. So she could definitely head there before pulling back or stalling out. One last thing I want to talk about here is this GoPro. GoPro up a nice 10% today. Finally putting in a move back up to that 50 area. So most of the shorts now, I believe, are squeezed here. The ones that were looking for further lower prices. I think you could get some stalling out here at around $50 on this thing. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for the pre-market update. Remember, guys, I will be in New York City next week to do a live class. We've never done this before, so this is in person. And you can also trade with us at the offices in Midtown Manhattan. So very cool stuff going on in the world of Sang Lucci. We also have the website coming out, the new website coming out. So be on the lookout for that. See you tomorrow, guys.